Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Windsurf. This is a brand new platform that allows you to use the power of AI to allow you to code faster. If you have never coded before, or if you're a seasoned coder, this is a great platform to start learning how to use. This is for the complete beginner. So please, in the chat, let me know if you're watching live or do hashtag replay, and let's get right into it. To start using this platform, you can start for free. Go to codium.com/windsurf. You're going to be able to download this and start taking advantage of it. Also, too, what we're going to be seeing today is what the platform looks like, testing it out, and making a very simple application to see what it looks like creating a directory app. And this is something that we could sell, and it could be really profitable. So we're going to be taking a look at how it compares to also our Replit projects, and also looking at DataButton, creating the same kind of application over and over again. So we're going to be using Windsurf and getting started. Once you first create an account, you're going to log in, and then it's going to allow you to start building. So this is the website. I'm going to put the link down below in the chat. And now I'm going to switch over to the desktop version so I can start using this. So 1 second. I'm going to stop this for a moment so I can share my other window for a second, Windsurf. All right, so let's get right into it. So once we download this, now we're going to be taken to the opening screen to use Windsurf. Now, what I'm going to do, it's allowing me to decide how I'm going to start. I'm just going to go on the on the right-hand side right here, and I'm going to tell it to create an application for me. So what I'm going to do is I have a sentence that I'm going to start with to see how far it can get building out this application. I'm going to say, create a React-based app. I want an online directory for great side hustles or online businesses to start. So let me do that. Okay. And now from there, I'm going to go into this section right here and begin. Some people are saying, could I zoom in for a moment? Not a problem. So let me zoom in for a second so people can see. That might be better. Okay, so we're going to click this button right here where it says generate a project with Cascade. Project will be created at, let's select a folder real quick. That's fine. And we're going to put in this. And I'm going to also mention where it should create the folder. So I'm going to put in right here, create that, then create. Okay. So we put this in right here and create folder. And then we're going to do slash idea Windsurf project. Okay. Okay, that looks good right there. And then we're going to make it just ideas at Windsurf project. Okay, select folder. Okay. And that should be good. Okay. So now that we have that, access folder, we just said create. And then it says, I'll help you create a React-based app for an online directory of a side hustle. I'll set up the project structure and create a modern, user-friendly application. So now it's suggesting terminal commands. I'm going to accept here. It says, I'll set up the React project for the side hustle directory web app using create React app. And now it's telling me different commands that it's going to do at the terminal. I can reject it or I can accept. So I'm going to say accept. Okay, and now it's working right here. Let me know in the chat below, have you been using any kind of IDE? So it's basically an environment so you can use AI to assist you with programming. Let me know if you've done that before, or if this is totally new for you. So right now it's running right here. So we're just letting it do its thing right there. But again, what I like about this is I I came from a background where I struggled with coding when I was in high school. I have severe dyslexia, and so this was very difficult for me. So having something like this to assist me as I'm building something is super helpful. So I'm going to accept some of these changes right here. It says I'll clean up the directory first. So I'm going to say accept. It's running right here. Now it says, now I'll create the React project. Oh, it's almost like magic when you were saying this. So right here, I can either decide to reject what they're asking or I can accept. So I'm going to say accept. Yeah. Yeah. I struggled with coding when I was doing it manually. A lot of times I would mess up a lot on the keystrokes a lot of times. It was just really frustrating. And I wanted my ideas out there. I knew that I wanted to create, um, doing these things, but it was a lot. So here it says, I'll use npm to install the dependencies manually. I'm going to say, yep, accept. So it's working through what we're trying to do. Now, if people want me to show you like Replit agent as well, we can talk about that a little bit too. Right here, it's now setting up Tailwind CSS. So it's giving me almost like the look and feel of the application. So that's good. No problem working in terminal. Yep. Okay, so now again, just because I'm zooming in, you'll see a couple things. You'll see the coding. So if you're familiar with like VS Code, this might look a little familiar. If this is, brand new to you, what we're doing is you see right here. So now I'm going to be able to, on the left-hand side, go into the different directory, be able to look at what it's creating. And then on the right-hand side, it's doing all the work for me in generating. At the bottom where it's saying the check mark, I can accept all the changes to the file. I can do that as well. And I'll do that in a little bit, but I'm going to zoom back in so you can see what's going on. Okay, so it's creating all of those things. It's editing at the same time. And let me know in the chat, what are you planning to build with this? Are you looking to use this for your business, for your side hustle, for your micro SaaS, a software as a service? Or are you planning to learn this as a skill to get hired somewhere? Let me know. For me personally, I always wanted to bring a lot of my ideas to life, but working with developers, it cost me tens of thousands of dollars, and there was a disconnect a lot of the time. I wanted to move a lot quicker, and now with the power of AI, all of those things can happen very quickly. So that's why we're so excited trying out these different tools and looking what's possible. So right here, it's removing unnecessary files. So it's going through all of this right now. It says I'll create a README for the project. And as it's finding errors, it's also correcting itself as well. So I just write a prompt, a very specific prompt, and it will make it for me. I want to have a community format. Great question. Yeah. So as you're prompting it, and the more you get detailed in, then it's going to be able to, do that for you. Question, what LLM? It will give you an option of what's going on, but it's using Claude Sonnet. Yeah. Large language model. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat. Yep. And where is it? There's a section where we'll go back out. Yeah, from VS Code to this with limited success. Yeah. So I mean, as we're going through this, yeah, this has been just a game changer for me. In yeah, in trying different projects out. Okay, so now it says I'll create a JSON script to help with deployment. Okay, great. And it's also saying I'll add that. I'll just say great. Thank you. All right. So now also too, when I'm in a certain section, it's saying right here as I'm like, great, thank you. Let me zoom in real quick. Now we're getting a little bit more detail on how we're chatting and we're saying, it says, I see that you're currently viewing the Tailwind configuration file. Would you like me to explain Tailwind configuration we've set up for the side hustle directory? The configuration includes some custom colors and font settings to give the app a modern, cohesive look. So I love this so much that if I want to know something, I can highlight or go to a certain page and just ask, what is this? What's going on with my file? So I'm at CSS right here. I can highlight like theme right here and I can just put it in. What does this section mean? So I'm putting in my question right here. I'm dropping in the code. And then right here, let's zoom in for a second. Now it's saying theme, breaking it down, theme. Extend allows you to add or to overwrite Tailwind's default theme instead of completely replacing default styles. So now if I want to change things, if I want to understand what's going on in all of these different files, I can chat with my code, I can understand this a little bit better, and then I can also go and ask it to modify. And when I modify it, then it can go throughout the entire app and change it. On the flip side, I could go in and for the colors, I could change it from primary, secondary, or I could go in and change it and then say, please make changes to all of the application. You can do that as well. So a lot of different things that you can be doing with that. Now, once we have that, we can go over to the terminal. So let's just take a look for a second. Toggle sidebar, customize layout. Let's go here. Let's make a quick, let's just look for terminal. See if we can find it. It's usually at the bottom right here. Hold on one second. So we have everything there. Let's go to the terminal. Let's take a look for a second. We have extensions that we can go. We don't need that. Remote Explorer, run, source, control, Explorer. Let's take a look if we can do a hotkey for terminal. Let's take a look. Does it come with a template that you can customize, or are you starting from scratch with a very detailed prompt? Yeah, I'm starting from scratch. I'm starting from scratch. See right here. So let's see, view terminal. So let's go here, view, and let's go to terminal. There we go. Okay. Now you see right here, let's zoom in for a second. Let's zoom in. When I'm in the terminal right here, let me move some things out of the way. So I have a terminal right here, right? So if I don't know what to type, I can do like, say for instance, npm start, but I want to see if I can trigger it to ask me to how to start. Okay, so right here, problems, let's see, no problems detected. Let's go to terminal. How do I start? Let's see if I can say that. Although, let me just do np start. Okay, open, let's see, complete the log, find and debug. Okay, let's debug there is related to MPA. Okay, so it's saying this is related to the MPA not being npm not being able to find a file. Okay, so let's see, open user documents and look at the JSON real quick. So we're doing this together. Doing this, let's see, docs and documents. Let's take a look. Okay, Cascade could not read package JSON. No file directory open. Okay, so now we have it open. Let's see. Let's do it again. Let's see. To complete log of this run can find in npm log. Okay, so let's take a look right here. Problems. Let's see this for a second. Let's go back to the chat and see if I'm having trouble. Trouble running the project in the terminal. Can you help me? Take a look. So now we're just chatting right here. Okay, so look at this right here. So this is helping right here. Let me zoom in, which is really helpful. So it's saying, okay, so I just said in chat, I'm having trouble running my project in the terminal. Can you help me? And it mentions, I'll help you run the project. First, let's ensure all dependencies are installed. Error, the model outside wasn't aligned with the objective. Let's try something else. I apologize for the error. It seems the run command tool is no longer available. Let me provide you with the step-by-step instructions to run your React project. Open the terminal, navigate to the project directory. Okay, so it's telling me cd change directory, right? And it's telling me I can copy here and then install the dependencies. I love this. So it's even helping me as I go through this. So let me go back to the terminal. I'm going to copy and paste this information. So I'm changing directory. Okay, so I'm changing into the right directory. Now I'm going to install npm install. Okay, so it's installing, a complete log can be found. And then it's saying copy here and then start. Yes, starting development server, allow. And just like that, it made it, it compiled it in a local host. Oh man, Jessica, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Doing well. Glad to see you. Hope everything's going well with you. So, okay, so right there, it helped right there. And then it's giving me more errors to be able to go through this. So, and then it says, would you like me to walk you through these steps or do you have a specific error? So right here, now I have an error. So it said failed to compile. Module is not found. Can't resolve right here. And now I can go step by step through this. And so what I'm going to do is copy this error. Let's say I had this error. I have the following error. How can I fix it? And so a lot of times, if you're thinking about this, it's almost like if you're thinking about being a program manager or project manager, instead of you doing these things, you're going and you're talking to the team to help you through a problem, and then they're executing. So a lot of the problem of the ticky tack, like I need to code this, I need to write this, that's being augmented by using the IDE. You're using this system to allow AI to help you with this. Instead, you have to think about as you're prompting and going through this, what's going well, how can I change these things, and how can I get better at prompting the system to get what I want. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense and if this is helpful. And the reason I did this for beginners and showing you this right out the box, downloading it, I'm getting all of these errors and showing you how I can work through them. And hopefully this is helpful. So I'm going to continue. If you have more questions or you want to see other examples or how we're using it for DataButton or what we're doing using Replit and what we're seeing, let me know. But let's continue right here. So it mentions this error suggests two issues. The app module is being found in the source directory. there's a Babel dependency warning. Let's fix both. First, check if the app .tsx file exists. It analyzed, and then it says the app tsx file exists. Let's verify it. So it's doing a lot of diagnostic works, and it says the file looks correct. Let's fix the Babel dependency and reinstall the node. So it says open terminal, navigate to the project directory. So I'm going to have to, let me back up. And let's navigate to the directory. Terminal, change directory. Let's see if I can do that. It says compiled one error. One of your dependency is importing the proposal. Okay, this will make the message go away. Okay, so it says it is unlikely that this bug will ever be fixed. Add Babel plugin to the objective to your dev's dependency to work on this error. Okay, so let's take a look at this. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to open another terminal. I'm going to say new terminal. Okay. Going to a new terminal. Let's do this. We're going to copy this, and I love this feature. So we're going to copy change directory, which means we're going to go into the right directory. We're going into the right file, and we're doing it manually. Now we're going to install the plugin. So we're going to install the plugin. Okay. So it's still giving me an error right there. The complete log of this can be found here. Okay, so it's giving me an error. Remove node modules. Let's see if it will do it. Copied. Let's see what happens. Nope. Got an error. Jessica saying, do art for gamers? I love it. Hey, Jessica, hit me up. Message me. We'll see what happens. I'm always looking for good art, thumbnails, all that kind of good stuff. Let's take a look. We're getting an error right there in the module. Okay, reserve. Process here. It's an important statement. Would you like me to help you verify data of this? Yes. So right here. So it's helping me right here as it's going through. Let's see if it will be able to do that for me. So it's telling me the steps. See, it's basically, it's telling me what to do. I'm seeing if it will change my project. So no, which is fine. Right here, it's telling me, okay, I'm going to have to, so we're in this loop of, okay, go back to the terminal, change it out. Let's do it. So let's try it back. Hide terminal. Let's go back. We're going to create a new one right there. So I'm just going back to a new terminal. Okay. And we're going to try it out. See, change directory right here. Okay. So we're changing that. Now we're going to create the JSON file. Okay. Okay, now it's saying clean and reinstall. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so it's saying React script from the root Fix the upstream dependency. So I'm going to put in this. Say I'm getting the following errors. After what? Installing the plugin. Okay, so put that in. Okay. Install. Okay. I am getting the following error after step 4. I'm going to put this here. And so right now I'm just putting this in right here. I'm getting the following error after step 4, which is okay. Here is the error. So we're going through this. Okay, this error is due to the version conflict with TypeScript. Let's resolve it by using the legacy peer flag. Okay, so it says insert. Oh, look at this right here. It says copy but insert into terminal. Okay, I missed that. So I don't even have to copy it. I can just put it right there. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at what it does. Okay, so it's saying that one. Okay, so we insert. Okay, so if that works, okay, so we have that. We like it, I think. So we have that done. Run audit for details. Let's run the audit. NPM audit. Let's run it. Okay, so we're seeing 2 moderate. So line return parsing error. And then we're getting 6 high. Let's see. If that doesn't work, we can do npm install force. All right, let's try that. Let's do return. Okay, let's run the audit again. Does a split screen feature that renders the code so that you can see what you're building? Yes, you do get that as well. You do get that as well. Okay, so moderate dependency right there. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is copy this in. So it says to address all, run. I've already done that. Okay. And it's still saying that. So let's do that one more time. And then it's saying if you're still experiencing issues, we'll modify the package to align with TypeScript version. Here's the step-by-step. Open package JSON, find the TypeScript version in the dependency and dev dependency, modify to use the compatible version. Specify you want to ensure in between 3.2. So it's telling us what to do. Okay. So as we're working on this, let me know in the chat. So I'm still working at these different things. Do people want me to show also too, as I'm working through this, the difference of what it looks like side by side when you're working code, when we're also doing Replit, and then also when we're doing DataButton. Let me know if you want to see examples of that as well as we're working through this. Let's see. As we're working through this, okay. Let's see. All right. Let's take a look. Let me do this. Stressor. So to address issues that do not require attention, run fix. We did that to address all of those. Run fix force. Okay, so we did that one as well. Okay, so now let's see if this works. So we went through that. I'm going to say, I believe it's fixed. Let's continue. It is fixed. Let's continue to run application. Doesn't thank so much for being here, by the way. Hold on one second. Where's my applause? Thank you so much for being here. Question is, does Windsurf replace Atom or Visual Studio? Then I take it. Plus, it has the agents. Yeah. So a lot of people are using this instead of, depending on preference. Some people want to still use it, but in general, a lot of people are finding this very easy to use, and it's based on the other principles. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to run the application in another port? Yes. 300. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, so this is, I have to probably update TypeScript right here that I'm reading. Let's see what we're doing. Starting development server. Okay, good sign. Good sign. We'll take that. Take that. And React. Okay, cool. So it's opening up a local host right now on my web browser. See if I'm going to do this again. Oh, probably. Yep. Okay, so we're at that first phase of connecting right here. I used Atom. Let's see. Use Atom, and it was deprecated in Visual Studio's archaic interfere wise. Maybe go to replace on that alone. Yeah, it depends. Depends on what's going on. You might like it. I used Atom for a little while too for certain projects. Oh, in the other chat, real quick, someone's asking, can you show the other ones that you're working on? Okay, great. Okay, give me a second. 1 second. Let me move over. Let me move over. Da-da-da-da. I'll move over and show you all these other ones. Okay. Let me switch. Stop screen. And thank you so much for everyone watching and trying this out. Again, this is a live test of what we're trying out. What's working, what's not working, what are we going through? Because with all of these different builders, it's important to know like what the experience is and trying them out. So a lot of times you'll see the tutorials where they've already worked out a lot of the kinks, and that's I'm always trying to show off what's working, what's not working with when I'm building. So let me show you real quick. So I'm in Replit right here, and then I'm also in DataButton. So both of them are different IDEs that allows you to be building out and using an editor. So one is DataButton, and then one is Replit. And so what I'm doing is, and there's a video coming out later on, excuse me, but we're going to be looking side by side, creating the same project 3 or 4 different times, depending on what we're going to use: cursor, V0, Replit, DataButton, to show, okay, this is what it looks like. This is the experience and everything like that. So far, my best experience that I've had is using DataButton, and this is using React and Python. Right now, we have it connected to React in the front end, Python, and using SQL for the database. No. The database is using Firebase that we connected to. And then with Replit, that is when it's SQL in the background and we're using Python and everything like that. What you're seeing right here is we're basically trying to create the same exact project over and over again, right? So build with me ideas, a database that is searchable, and it will give you recommendations of side hustles that are profitable for you to get started. So in about an hour with DataButton and talking to their team, the hardest part was connecting Firebase and Stripe for payments. But as you can see, we have a logged in version. You can see all the different opportunities here that were generated, and it pulled out the pictures and generated all those things for us. We have also add new side hustles, and we did this in about an hour. Versus some of the other no code platforms, depending on what you use, it could take a couple, depends on your proficiency, really, a couple days, a couple weeks, and things like that. And so we're having a running test to see how does this work for people, what works, what's working, what's not working. And so yeah, that is DataButton. And so what you're doing right here is, first, very similar to what you're doing in um, Windsurf. You're first writing out what's the prompt. So the app description is an online directory for a great side hustle or online business to start. Very similar, that we keep using over and over again to test what it looks like for all of these different platforms. And then on the right-hand side, you're chatting. That's my chatting history with the agent, talking to it, all of those things. Very similar to the terminal or seeing what's going on. Down below, I can see the logs of what's working, what's not working here. Oh, man. Life with Sean. Loved your video interview. We'll be reaching out for some consulting for my business. Keep up the great work and learning a lot. Well, thank you so much. First of all, where is this super chat?
Super chat.
Thank you very, very much. Really, really, really appreciate it. And Sean, thank you. Thank you very much. Always trying to do this to help others. And when I'm learning, I'm just trying to help, and show what's working, what's not working for everyone else. So thank you very much. And I can't wait to talk to you soon for consulting. So thank you for supporting the stream. So right here, this allows us to build out our application, and then we can deploy it right here. We already have the URL, and then we can also submit it and have a custom URL. I think this has been my favorite experience with it so far. And then also you have the pages on the left-hand side, different pages of the application. So we have the home page here. We can toggle on and off to look at what it looks like, all of those things. And then we can also toggle onto what does the main page once you log in as well. So a couple different things that we have right here. You can sign in. You can also see the details page. So this has just been a really seamless process. Still has limitations that I feel like when it came to Stripe and testing out Stripe subscriptions, that was a little bit difficult, all of those things. But in general, I thought this was my favorite experience, and they also have support that you can use as well. to help out, and so that's just wonderful too. Um, so that is what we've been enjoying to see. Now, the other side is we have also been building it out in Replit as well. Replit, if you look on the sides, okay, so what are the benefits of Replit? Number one, it's full cloud, so you can be building out on your phone as well. You can be building out in the cloud, so other people can jump in on the project, build with you. Similar to like Google Docs, you can have people jump in, but also they have a really cool mobile feature. They had this for years, but now that you have Replit agents, you can be building on the go and building out what your application looks like in just a few prompts. This is what we built out. It took about an hour and a half. If anyone wants to see it, it's just me coding and going through it. Um, I felt that this was a really good positive experience as well. And again, a lot of the differences of a DataButton and Replit, it's almost a one-click deploy versus if I'm doing something in my local environment, I still have to make sure everything's in the proper order before I go through the process of deploying it, all of those things. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, of using something like Replit and DataButton. The trade-off is some of the features might be different, but I would say the main thing is pricing. If you're having an easy deployment for you to create a website and for people to search very quickly, you are paying a lot more than what you're dealing with Cursor or Windsurf or things like that. So I think it's really going to depend on your budget, what you want to do, ease of use, all of those things, and then also too, I think in the chat earlier, um, yeah, Mr. Wonderful was wondering about like split screens. I can do a split pan right here and be able to and do all of that and look at the files, go through everything as I can visually build it out. It's just been very easy using using Replit agents, and hopefully we'll have an expert that has switched over from building applications in Bubble, and now he's speeding up his process and building it out so much quicker in Replit and V0. Hopefully we'll have him on the show coming up very, very soon. Yeah. So again, oh, and last one too, we'll probably test it out a little bit later, is probably Lovable. A lot of people are talking about what they're doing. It's interesting. Still going to try it out. But in this experience, again, I wanted to start showing off Windsurf. And what I need to do is too, because it deployed, it did well, but I'm still seeing a small error when I'm seeing it in a local host. I need to research and do a little bit more about this. But again, this is the process when you're learning something new. It's right off the cuff, and this is the first. This is the first thing. I've seen other videos where if you're getting errors, you have to go through a whole process, and I saw it as a Google Doc. I'm gonna have to see that and see where I fell short. If people want me to do it too, well, maybe I'll just do it right now. Hold on one second. Let me see. This is shout out to who did this. Hold on. Let me give the proper shout out to what video I watched from this. Hold on one second. Let me zoom out. History. I was watching a video from Corbin Brown. Yeah, I was watching his his video, and he mentioned one of his docs that if you were running into problems, so it was talking about, although it's a guide for Cursor AI, it was talking about installing dependencies and all of those things. I might just have to go through that as well. Let's see if we might look at his stuff, and of course I'm going to put in the chat of his video. I always want to give credit what I'm watching, what I'm trying to experiment with, all those things. So this is what he had here. So he's saying set up Cursor AI project. So create a project directory. We already did. Install Node.js, include npm, the package manager, use install, like that one. Connect to GitHub, initialize the GitHub repository, connect your project to a GitHub repository. I guess I could do that. Install React for the front end, set up Firebase and for the back end. Final objective. Okay. So these are complete beginners. Yeah. Open terminal, create directory. We already have the directory right there. So we know that it's already there because you do cd, so change directory. We know it's there. Open the directory in cursor. This is for Windows. Okay, installed node required for JS. So install homebrew, but I've already done that. I know I've done that before. Linux, that's fine. Run, we did npm start, we did that one. Set up Firebase, we've already been doing that. So this is a little bit different than the errors we're getting. So this is a good beginning step, which is good, but it's not applicable that I've noticed with what we're dealing with. So we're going to try one more thing. And then also too, we're going to share one more thing, and then we're going to try to, well, okay, someone's asking, can we show, what was that? Can you show us Lovable? All right, 1 second. Let's try it out. Okay, so I mentioned this briefly. So Lovable is like a text app as well. The difference that I would say with Lovable, if let me expand this. The difference between this platform is you can start from a template. So Mr. Wonderful, if you were asking, like some of them are you're just starting from scratch. For Lovable, which is different than DataButton, because I asked, do they have templates to start with or prompts to get you started? Lovable does. So if you're, say for instance, online marketplace website, business directory, right? So if we do this, we can see a preview of it. Okay. Categories, very basic categories. It's a one card system. We can start building. So start building with this template, iterate with AI engineer to meet your exact needs, right? So we can start here. Okay, let me stop sharing. No worries. I'm going to stop sharing. Yeah, what is Lovable's URL? Hold on 1 second. Let me put in the, I'm just logging into one of my accounts, so I had to stop sharing for a moment. Okay. Just creating an account for Lovable. Okay, so let me share my screen. Sharing my screen right here. Okay, it's dark as a mug. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm in dark mode, but you can barely see that on that. Where do you work? Let's say startup. Coding experience, a little. One sentence describes what you do. Build profitable MVPs. What are you looking to build? I'll say a paid directory. Continue. Okay. So right here, it's asking us, what do we want to create? We're going to go to the templates, and we're going to use the template here. So we're waiting for a second. And I'm going to bring in some of the word choice that I use when I'm building this on. Oh, okay. So it did all this prompting right here. It said, I would like a directory like this image. What is the best approach? And it did all this. So it really worked through all the prompts to help me along the way. I can even see where it pulled from. Interesting. So you could do the same thing, right? Start from scratch and could say, I want this to look like that. And adding a picture will help and it will move so much quicker. So we just did this. So I said, I like that. I'm going to say, can you change the title of the directory to build with me ideas? Let's see. See what happens. Request a change. It's thinking. It's showing me right here. It's going to the source pages index, so it's showing me what's happening. Saving changes. Spinning up preview, doing these things. Okay, and then it changed build with me ideas right there at the top. We can see it. So this, again, this is another one, another platform some people are really excited about. We can also see open a preview in the new tab. Okay. Right. I can also see, probably that's mobile. Yeah, mobile preview. Switch that over. Go back to desktop. And then I have the previews over here. So it's project name, project info, the tech stack, rename project, all of those different things. Also shows, who created this template, looks like right there. I have chat. I can move chat out of the way. Go to account settings, all of those things. Pretty interesting. Let's see, remix project. Interesting. By remixing a project, you can create a copy of that you own. Interesting. So let's remix it. And then it says stay put while we're setting it up. So again, another really interesting tool. Okay, so we have this right here. And so let's look at the directory and see whose it is. Okay, so we have details here, rename project if we want to. And then also too, what I want to do is maybe I want it to be, I want to add new tools, create a button to submit new tools. Let's say about that. Create a button to be able to submit new tools. Okay, so it's taking a little bit, but that's okay. Let's add a submit tool button that opens a dialog with a form to submit new tools. So it's suggesting what I should do. Let me zoom in. You're seeing on the side right here, it's having all that information. So again, like I said, with a lot of these tools, it's going to be less about building and more about how are you going to ask the right questions for it to structure and build out what you want. Okay, so we look at the top corner, right? Submit tool. And now it allows me to submit a new tool. Tool name, description, category, URL, tags. Crazy, right? So in just a few clicks, now you're seeing the power of some of these platforms to build out these micro SaaS, these software as a service, very easily with some of these tools. We're going to be coming out with a couple new videos of people doing this and using 11 Labs, so things with audio and software, how to keep using tools like this. But this is just the beginning. If you're thinking about learning about a lot of these new tools like Lovable or what we showed with Replit agents or Windsurf, the list goes on and on. If you're interested in that, make sure that you like and subscribe. We're going to be doing this every single week with, again, all this new advancing technology and what we're going to be doing. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Again, Sean, thank you so much for the shout out and for the super chat. We really
Super
appreciate it
chat.
around here. That's so, so nice. And we appreciate everyone watching and asking questions. And if you like this, please, we're going to be putting out even more content in the near future. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.